And so with that, I would like to conclude with the fact that by looking at the manuscript data, starting with the idea that Michael Cook put down, when looking at the manuscript data and analyzing it using phylogenetics, we can confirm that there is actual presence of regionality, and there are 4 exemplars that comes out of the data. There are 4 exemplars out of the data that we get from the manuscripts. The Medinan exemplar appears to be the original Uthmanic archetype from which all other Uthmanic mushafs descend. And we can look at discrepancies between reports in the literature, in the Western literature, and actual early mushafs. And I have a few more, I just had time to go through 2 of them, that actually allow us to date these traditions to the mid-2nd century. And they don't seem to go back much earlier than that. So this is a very early date, we can say. And there is contamination. We find some mushafs have contamination. And what that hints is at interaction between orality and textuality. So for example, the Topkapi Mushaf, it's very Medinan, but it has a Syrian variant, which is Huwa alladhi yanshurukum versus Yusayyirukum in Q10. And the canonical reader Abu Ja'far, he reads very Medinan, except in this one variant where he reads Yanshurukum as well. So there's a bit of similarity in there, and that hints at some sort of interaction going on. We also actually found, so Sarai Medina 1, I don't have time to go through it, but actually it turns out it's a composite codex. As the hand switches from a different script to the Umayyad script, it actually switches from being non-Syrian to being Syrian, fully Syrian, switches very cleanly. And so it seems that these people who put together this mushaf had multiple codices of different regions available to them at the same time. And of course, what I just showed you, that the Syrian codex was very likely sent to Hims as opposed to Damascus. And with all of this said, I think it'd be very useful to take a closer look at what I call microstematics. So, there are many tiny variants and, plain A, defective spelling in elifs, little things like that. And collecting all of that and doing a much higher resolution study will shed more light on the detailed relationship between all of these manuscripts, especially ones that come from, have similar provenance and might come from the same deposit. And so with that, I'd like to thank you all for listening.